Hello. Welcome, everyone. Welcome, everyone here.
Test, test, test.
Welcome, everyone. Please take a seat. We're ready to begin in this transition of power. Welcome, everyone. Welcome to the Hermosa Beach City Council. I don't know. Welcome, everyone. Please take a seat. Please take a seat. Welcome, everyone. Welcome. Thank you all for attending. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for coming to this special meeting of the City Council in Hermosa Beach. A transition of power, a peaceful transition of power here. So as people take their seats, I call the order to the December 5th special meeting of the Hermosa Beach City Council at 6:06 p.m. Now, let's see. I think we have a volunteer, Commissioner Azant, to lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance.
Please stand. Place your hand over your heart. Repeat after me. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Before we have the roll call this evening, we have the national anthem. So I'd like to introduce Zeal Levin. So Zeal was born and raised in Oakland, California, has been a proud Hermosa Beach resident since 2020. He's a music producer, singer, songwriter, multi-instrumentalist, music educator, and more. Zeal's currently working on the debut album from Triple Bueno, performing and enjoying living in the beautiful community that is Hermosa Beach. Take it away, Zeal.
Thank you. Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light over the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming. And the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave over the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Thank you so much. Wonderful performance. Madam City Clerk, could we have the roll call, please?
Councilmember Massey.
Here.
Councilmember Jackson.
Here.
Councilmember Detoy.
Here.
Mayor Pro Tem Seaman.
Here.
Mayor Francois.
Here.
You have a quorum.
Thank you. Is there a motion to approve the agenda?
So moved, Mr. Mayor.
Thank you. And a second?
Second.
Second by Mayor Pro Tem. Could we have a roll call, please?
Councilmember Massey.
Aye.
Councilmember Jackson.
Aye.
Councilmember Detoy.
Aye.
Mayor Pro Tem Seaman.
Aye.
Mayor Francois.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Thank you. What's next on our agenda?
This is a time for members of the public to address the City Council on the special meeting agenda items only. Each speaker is limited to 3 minutes. If you are joining the meeting by phone, please remember to dial *6 to unmute yourself and *9 to raise your virtual hand. Participants joining by internet, please remember to unmute yourself and state your name for the record. And we will begin with members of the public wishing to provide comments in the chamber.
Great. And I'd like to just remind all those speakers again that we would appreciate if you limited comments to what's on our agenda, basically the resolution confirming the municipal election and recognizing the outgoing council members. And thank you very much. Are there any cards that have been turned in?
Mayor, we do not have any any speaker cards turned in for this comment opportunity.
Okay, no cards have turned in. Are there any members of the public wishing to speak on this item this evening? Okay. No one out there? And is there anyone on Zoom?
If you are joining via Zoom, now is the time to raise your virtual hand to provide public comment on the special agenda only. And Mayor, I do not see any virtual hands raised.
Okay. Great. Madam City Clerk, what's next on our agenda?
Next, we have item 7, presentations. Item 7A, resolution declaring the results of the general municipal election of November 5, 2024. And this is a time to certify the election results via resolution. Election results were provided and certified by LA County Registrar Recorder's Office yesterday, at which time the agenda was published shortly after. And that is attached as an exhibit to the resolution.
Great. Is there any discussion amongst our council members and colleagues regarding the resolution? Okay, is there a motion?
Mr. Mayor, I move that we adopt the resolution certifying the results of the election.
And a second?
Second.
Okay. Motion and a second. Could we have the roll call, please?
Councilmember Massey,
Aye.
Councilmember Jackson,
Aye.
Councilmember Detoy,
Aye.
Mayor Pro Tem Seaman,
Aye.
Mayor Francois.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Okay, thank you. And next on our agenda?
Next, we have item 7B, recognition of outgoing Councilmember Justin Massey.
Okay, I want to just welcome and acknowledge the many guests I see out here, former council members from other cities, representatives from our local governments and Beach Cities Health District, and commissioners as well. So, great. I would like to now invite Councilmember Massey down to the podium.
Terrific. Thank you, Mr. Mayor. I get the distinct honor of presenting a plaque on behalf of the city to our former president of the Chamber of Commerce, Jessica Accomando. If you would come on up. All right. So I've known Jessica for quite a while. I met her first at Leadership Hermosa Beach. They have, as they always do, a mock city council, and she was one of the city council members, and I was invited to be one of the mock city council members as well. And I knew right away that she had the energy and creativity to be a leader in our community, and she has gone on to do exactly that. As president of the chamber, through, by the way, the COVID-19 pandemic, she was able to expand the chamber's membership, improve the events that are the cornerstone of what the chamber does in its public-facing operations for the city, such as Fiesta Hermosa, sidewalk sales, and so on and so forth. And also significantly improved collaboration with the city. And this included the time during the pandemic when we were all struggling not just to keep the lights on, but to keep our businesses going so that they could survive and come out on the other side. Jessica was integral to that. It was your collaboration, your openness, your creativity, all the things I saw in you when I first met you at Leadership Hermosa Beach that made that possible. So it is my honor to present to you a token of the city's appreciation, a plaque to you, in which we hereby extend to you our sincerest thanks and appreciation for your leadership and dedicated service to the community. Thank you.
I'll be very brief. Everybody knows I like a microphone, but tonight's not about me. But I appreciate the few moments, and it's been a pleasure serving this city. I'm sure everybody who does feels the same. I'm very grateful. I know many of you in this room, and I appreciate the interests and efforts you make into our community. It's the only reason I did it. So thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Councilmember Massey, don't go away now.
Okay.
We got a big show for you tonight. We have a number of dignitaries here to present certificates. Let's start out with the County Assessor's Office. Jeff Prang. There we are. Beautiful.
Just a bit of a correction. I'm not with the County Assessor's Office. He is. I'm the County Assessor.
Oh, I didn't meet you.
So no, it's a pleasure to meet you. Pleasure to meet you, Mr. Mayor. It's my first time at a Hermosa Beach City Council meeting, and I'm sure that you're all thinking the same thing. That, wow, who better to add a little bit of life into this meeting than the County Property Tax Assessor? It's only because the mosquito commissioner wasn't available. I did, just before I say a few nice things about you, I did want to just, for public education, because taxes are due in a few days, that's not me. I value your property. The person who collects your taxes has a very intuitive title. She is called the tax collector. But I am thrilled to be here to thank you for your service. You know, before I was assessor, I served for 18 years as a city council member in West Hollywood. And the one thing I can tell you, the only thing better than being a city council member is being a former city council member. No more assaults in the grocery stores. no more long, lengthy council meetings. But as somebody who spent my life in public service, I really admire others who do the same. Hermosa Beach is a fabulous city. I've known your city manager for years. We used to share city attorneys when I was in West Hollywood, Mike Jenkins. And I do know that Hermosa Beach is one of the finest run cities anywhere in Los Angeles County. Tremendous reputation, outstanding staff, and a wonderful constituency. A place you have to be very, very proud of, knowing that the legacy that you left behind is just an incredible city. In recognition of your time in office, I prepared this proclamation from the county. I'm not going to read it. Suffice it to say, it says lots of nice things about you and the things that you've done, but I'm really happy that I had this first opportunity to be here in Hermosa Beach and to honor you for your many years of service. So, council member, congratulations.
Thank you, Jeff.
Put a copy of this in with your tax bill.
I will, indeed. And I just want to say that Jeff emails us regularly telling us how our constituents can seek exemptions from certain portions of their tax bill. So he is very proactive in terms of making sure that all of the residents of LA County are taken care of and that they know what's available to them if they're struggling to make ends meet and pay their assessment. So thank you for your service, Jeff.
Great. Next we have Joey from Congressman Ted Lieu's office.
You found a parking space.
Yes, I did. Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Thank you, members of the council, Suja and city staff, and thank you, Justin, for an incredible tenure of invaluable service. You started in 2015, and that's the same year that Congressman Lieu started in the United States Congress. I wish I could say that the United States Congress was as well run and efficient since that time as this city council. And it's in no small part to your leadership, no matter what role you played over the years. You were key in critical issues that you helped lead this city through. With the Clean Power Alliance was critical work, and I mean, you literally issues of life and death. That was, I can't imagine how tough that was, and I know the congressman is grateful for all those years of service, and so. You presented this certificate, which I will read. Presented to certificate of congressional recognition presented to Justin Massey in honor and recognition of your tenure of invaluable service as city councilman and mayor of Hermosa Beach, and with sincere appreciation for your extraordinary dedication and contributions to our community. Thank you, Mayor and Councilman Massey, Justin.
Thank you, Joey.
Thank you. And next we have Laura Pizer-Maines from Senator Ben Allen's office.
I got here in the nick of time, and I wouldn't miss this for the world. First, a little bit of housekeeping, and I jotted down some notes just to keep me focused, because I could go on and on. First, I want to congratulate Councilmember Mike DeToy on your successful election and your continuing service to our city and our city council. Congratulations to incoming Councilmember Michael Keegan, returning after a long break. Welcome home, Michael Keegan. Congratulations to our incoming treasurer, Dave Peterson. Oh, there he is. Yoo-hoo! He served brilliantly on our planning commission and will no doubt do a wonderful job in his new role. So thank you, congratulations, Dave. Thank you to our outgoing treasurer for her service. And she isn't here tonight, I understand, but her service to our community was also greatly appreciated. So to our outgoing city council member, Justin Massey, congratulations both on your many accomplishments serving on this body, and congratulations as well on what will be a regaining of your freedom after almost 10 years. Step away from the the accomplishments and the sense of satisfaction, but also some of the slings and arrows that come with public service these days. So thank you for all of that. You always came prepared to city council meetings, as anyone really should, but you were ready to be for any sort of informed deliberation. You posed the questions that might not have been raised otherwise, the questions that added depth to the conversation and decision-making. You added another dimension to the dynamic mix of voices serving on this council. Thank you for your service. I'm honored to present this Senate Certificate of Recognition to you.
Thank you.
And I will read this. So, in recognition of your leadership as a council member, years are noted, and mayor for 3 terms, to the city of Hermosa Beach. Thank you for your dedication to public service and long-standing commitment to improving our community, including your exemplary passion for impactful environmental and health policies. I look forward to your future accomplishments. Signed, Senator Ben Allen.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. And next we have Cody from Assemblymember Al Muratsushi's office.
Thank you, Mayor Francois. Good evening, Council. Good evening, Suja and City staff. Hi, Council member. It's a pleasure to see you one more time up here. You know, my name is Cody Bridges. I'm a senior field representative for Assemblymember Al Muratsushi, and I used to be the Assemblymember's representative here in Hermosa up until a few months ago. But when I found out tonight that Justin was outgoing, I thought I wanted to come back and say a few words. And you know, you're going to hear a lot about his accomplishments, and I'm not going to run down a list of accomplishments. I'm going to tell you how much I enjoyed working with Justin. That he's been an absolute pleasure to work with as a council member. When I call you, when the assembly member calls you for advice on legislation, you're always there. You show up to every single one of the events. It's been outstanding to work with you. So thank you very much for your service to Hermosa and to the South Bay in general, really.
Thank you.
Absolutely. And I have a certificate of recognition reading in recognition of your outstanding leadership as mayor and council member and with sincere appreciation for your dedication to the city of Hermosa Beach.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Next we have Jesselyn from Supervisor Holly Mitchell's office.
Thank you, Mayor. Hello, Councilmember. Good evening. Hello, Councilmember Massey. It has been so great to get to know you and work with you the past few years. We were just here recently recognizing your accomplishments as mayor, and you didn't want long speeches. And I had a really cute one written back then, too, so hopefully this one will be good. But in the spirit of that, I'll keep this one brief. As we reflect on your lasting legacy of meaningful change and impactful progress, I want to congratulate you and thank you on behalf of Supervisor Mitchell for all of your hard work. You've made Hermosa Beach a better place to live for those that live here, but also a more welcoming place for those that want to visit and for those new supervisors appointed to the 2nd District with redistricting and their staffers. That's me. Anyway, on a serious note, we noted the Clean Power Alliance earlier. I know that's a highlight for Supervisor Mitchell, really important to her as well. Maybe another cool accomplishment is getting the Rams to the Hermosa Beach for the you were serving. So, but anyway, is that everything? We look forward to continued partnership. We're sad to see you go, but you have big shoes to fill. Congrats to those newly elected. Look forward to meeting you too. We'll see you out and about. We have an open door, and thank you so much for all of your hard work on behalf of LA County.
Thank you, Jesselyn.
Yeah. Oh,
Thank you very much. They're really stacking up there, huh? Okay, next we have, LA County Fire Assistant Chief Brian Kane. How you doing?
Hi, Chief Kane. Good to see you.
On behalf of the Los Angeles County Fire Department, I'd like to thank you for and dedicate you for your distinguished service with the city of Hermosa Beach. The Los Angeles County Fire Department has been part of Hermosa Beach for 6 years now. We've really enjoyed being a partner with you. I know you were an integral part of that process of us transitioning to being a contractor for you. It's wonderful to be here in the city. The gentleman next door really loved to provide service to this city, and we really thank you for helping us out with that. So I have a couple things here from the city, or from the station next door. This is our hat that we have for the fire department and the Hermosa Beach logo. And this is also their logo for their station next door, and you can see that around the station as well, and some of the things that they have within the station. Yeah. And of course, a scroll thanking you once again for your dedicated service.
Thank you, Chief Cade.
Okay, thank you very much. Now we come closer to our next door neighbors here, Council Members Niels Nierenheim and Todd Lowenstein here from the city of Redondo Beach. How you doing?
Here, grab that. So I'm Niels Nierenheim, I'm council member. I've been here since 2017. You were longer here than when we both came in, actually. As something that never really gets talked about. It's not just your representation in the city, but it's what you do outside the city. And I really want to recognize the work you did at South Bay COG, and being a neighborly city here. It's been always great to be able to call you and converse with you, and making sure we take care of the South Bay, because everyone thinks we are one big sister city, kind of all together. So it's really sad to see you go. You did a great job. I work down here on the beaches, and I'll see you on the beach and surfing and doing everything else. So thank you for all the time and effort. As for my part, I know what it's like to be up there and doing what you do. So thank you.
Thank you.
So Justin, as Nils kind of said, you have 5 people on your council. We have 5 people on our council, and then Manhattan has 5 people on theirs. So I almost look at it as 15 people on one big council, right? Because many of us know the same people. A lot of us have the same friends and supporters. Your time, Nils and I know this very well. We both were elected around the same time. And when you're on the council, there's lots of nights away from your family and days, not enough thanks, and plenty of Monday morning quarterbacking, right? So I appreciate your public service. I know how difficult it can be, but I also hope that you take the time to look back on your almost 10 years and think about all the things you'd have accomplished, and also look back on them fondly and the friendships you've made here. So congratulations on behalf of the city of Redondo Beach.
Thank you, Todd. I appreciate it.
Why don't you hold this? This is yours.
Thank you, guys. Yeah. Keep up the good work in Redondo.
So next we have the Manhattan Beach City Council, and the city clerk is going to play a video. I don't believe they're here. I didn't see them last time I looked. Okay.
They're on the Santa float in Manhattan Beach.
There you go, Santa Claus. Okay. So let's see what kind of video we have to entertain us with this evening.
Hi, Hermosa Beach. I'm Amy Howard, Mayor of Manhattan Beach, here with my City Council colleagues, and we're really sorry we're not there tonight to congratulate the incoming council members and also thank Justin Massey for all his service. We are actually fulfilling our duties here in Manhattan Beach on the Santa sleigh, so we cannot be there with you. Anyone else?
Just thank you, Justin, for being a great colleague and a great ride mate as we've gone to COG meetings and worked on issues that affect our region. You're going to be missed.
And congratulations to Mike DeToy for his reelection, and Michael Keegan actually for a re-election as well, a few
Great.
years in between. But Justin, Your Honor, congratulations on your service to the city of Hermosa Beach. You did a great job. We know you're not going anywhere. You're going to continue to help out, but just in different capacities. So best of luck to everyone.
And to Justin, thank you for always reaching out to us. We appreciate it, man. Take care of yourself.
Best of luck and enjoy spending the time with your family.
Thanks for your service and welcome to the new old guys. Look forward to working with all of you.
See you, Justin. See you guys.
Bye-bye.
All right.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor, or Ann, or whoever put that together. I appreciate it. And the backstory of that is I'm the city's director on the South Bay Cities Council of Governments Board, and Councilmember David Lesser and I would carpool together to and from. So that's what he references, ride mates. We would always ride to and from the Board of Directors meetings.
It's always great to have our little neighboring cities participate in these things. We're all so closely knit within feet and miles. And next we have our city manager, Suja Lowenhall, here to make a presentation.
So it's a little strange to give a true surfer a mini surfboard, but this is our way. And so Justin, Councilmember Massey, we would like to present you with this. And on behalf of the city staff family, I want to express our profound gratitude for your service. You are a true public servant that we look up to and have had the great privilege of working with and alongside from the time you were here, and I from 2018 when you were part of the team that brought me on board to this amazing city. There are so many amazing things about your service. You have executed your service to this community with so much dignity and so much integrity, and as I said, as a true public servant. You've been fair, you've been consistent, which is not always common, and we can always count on you for that. And just to express what that means to the talented city staff team that's here, depending on you to be fair and consistent was something that was inspiring for us. So you not only were a leader, you were also a champion for the staff to do its work. You trusted that you have talented individuals here to do their work. And I want to share with you that that's actually been pretty transformative in the last few years. And I think you've seen that, so that this team can actually deliver on behalf of the community. And often we don't hear about that. We hear about what council members do, their policy work, the excellence that they do for the community. But in order to inspire the staff team that actually delivers on the work, that's pretty remarkable, and I want to credit you for that, for doing that, for giving every single individual that trust and confidence to do their work, and also helping us get better. You've been part of a team that's helped us get better, and so that needs to be part of your legacy, and I think that will continue beyond your tenure here, and I hope you're proud of that. We are proud of having served alongside you. I speak for the entire city staff here. We will miss you. We have so much regard and respect for you and admiration. I'm happy for your family. I'd like to thank your family if they're watching at home. I know what a sacrifice it is when you serve as an elected official. You see your family less. You are able to attend fewer and fewer things. And to get that time back, especially when your children are still young, that's precious. So thank you and congratulations on making that decision for your family.
Thank you. This is awesome.
Okay, great. And now we have our Director San Clemente from Public Works to present a gift. There he comes walking down the aisle here. What surprise do you have?
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Good evening, and good evening, council and everyone here tonight. So it's been a long-standing practice for Public Works to repair street signs and provide them to outgoing council members and others that have served the city and the community. And in this case, Councilmember Massey actually reached out and said, "Don't make me a new sign." And fortunately, we don't need to make a sign because we have a Massey Ave in the city. And so we were actually able to retire this poor sun-faded sign and replace it with a new sign so that we could provide Councilmember Massey with this memento. So on behalf of Public Works and other city staff, we do thank you for your service and your support of our team. So thank you very much.
Thank you, Joe.
So, Justin, I want to share that the staff is mortified that they're giving you a faded sign. You expressly instructed us not to waste resources and materials and produce a new one, but I have to tell you, it pains them greatly that that is what you're walking away with.
I am so excited. This will go up in a prominent place in our house. Thank you very much.
No funds were expended, right? Okay, a replacement sign. There you go. I always wondered about that, Massey Avenue. Always wondered about that.
No relation that I know of.
Okay.
But for those of you who don't know, Massey Avenue runs along the front of Our Lady of Guadalupe up on the east side of town.
So up next, we have a presentation of the city tile plaque. And this is from us, your city council, and me, the mayor. And it's been a pleasure to work with you. From my experience here, we have certainly enjoyed and learned a lot from the way you're able to guide discussion and, you know, your vision you've been able to really have effective in this city. And you've been able to do it through interesting skills and wonderful things that we all have gathered to learn from. And that's been a tremendous, tremendous plus for us. And it's been great working with you. And you've always been very, very kind in public. And we certainly have had our issues of disagreement, but we've also been very split on a lot of things, and it's an interesting way to see. And as you leave, we will have more of that, more independent thinking and independence, and it's a great thing to look forward to, and I want you to know that I personally do appreciate that specific thing you've contributed, and all of our council members do, so we can present this plaque. You haven't seen it before, HB, right? Many times. Okay.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor.
Yeah. Okay, here we are, back up on the dais, and I know that on our agenda we have Councilmember Massey giving outgoing remarks last after we do, but I asked him ahead of time, he said, yeah, he'll go ahead and start out. Perfect.
Good idea. Thank you all for being here. Thank you for your patience. I will be as quick as I can be so that we can give the spotlight to our incoming council member, Michael Keegan, and our renewing council member, Mike DeToy. The biggest fear I have right now is that I'm going to miss the opportunity to thank one of the countless people who contributed to our successes over the past decade. But the way I settle that fear for myself is I just view this as a milestone. And a milestone is literally defined as a stone that marks the distance in miles from a given point. And so this is a point on a longer journey that we all share. Being a council member is one way we contribute to the community, but there are innumerable other ways that folks contribute to the community, as those of you in this room know quite well. A milestone, though, gives me a chance to quickly reflect and give thanks. Here are a few highlights of the past decade as I see it. The City Council accomplished a great deal in the decade that I was privileged to be a member of the council. We permanently eliminated the risk of oil drilling in the city. After Measure O failed, E&B, the oil company, sued the city. And we insisted that any settlement of that include the oil company relinquishing all of the private property interests that it had purchased for mineral rights and subsurface rights in the city, all of its state lands commission permits, and anything else that it had that would give it the ability to start at first or second base if it wanted to come back, or if it sold to a bigger company that wanted to come back and try to drill for oil in the city. We were able to negotiate that settlement, and so anybody coming to the city of Hermosa Beach with the idea of drilling for oil would start at square one in this city. So we have retired the risk of that for all intents and purposes. Near and dear to my heart, we have reduced our operating costs and our greenhouse gas emissions in a variety of different ways that are ongoing. So we've turned over a third of our vehicle fleet to electric vehicles. We're generating rooftop power from the community center. We've installed city streetlights that are LED throughout the city. We've gone through all of the buildings and made sure that they're as energy efficient as possible. That process continues, but we've made a lot of progress over the past decade. And as has been pointed out a couple times, one of my favorite milestones for the city has been the fact that we joined our neighbors in Redondo Beach, who preceded us in Manhattan Beach, in being part of the Clean Power Alliance, which is started by Ventura County and LA County, includes over 40 cities in LA County who basically purchase their own electricity, get to control the amount of renewable energy they get, and with the council's approval, we were able to set our default rate at 100% renewable. Everybody has the ability to get less renewable energy or to stay with Edison if they want to, but we're well over 90% of the people in Hermosa Beach getting 100% renewable energy right now through Clean Power Alliance, which has allowed us to meet all of the carbon reduction goals that we set in our general plan and to otherwise protect the asset that we enjoy, which is our beach, and be in position to do our part to turn it over to our children and our grandchildren in a condition that would make us proud. Every one of our departments over the past decade has been transformed. Our finance department is now part of our administrative services department. But Vicki Copeland, our finance director, and Brandon Walker, our new administrative services director, have made us look good. We've balanced every budget, and that's in large part because Vicki is very conservative in terms of her budgeting and really protects us and makes sure that when we do our mid-year budget reviews, we typically have additional money that we get to allocate to the general fund as opposed to being underwater. We reduced pension and health care costs, and this was led by Vicki, by paying them early. So we don't have issues with pension and health care costs being a problem for our budget because we've been responsible over time in paying ahead. And we did all that while increasing our rainy day fund to 20% of our operating expenses, which is consistent with the Government Finance Officers Association best practices. So our fiscal house is in order and has been in order thanks to Vicki, thanks to Brandon, and thanks to our staff. Our city attorney, one of the two people that the city council actually hires, along with the city manager. We've enjoyed a seamless transition from over 3 decades of service by Michael Jenkins to Pat Donegan, who's provided us just extraordinary service. He does everything from council city departments in terms of how they conduct day-to-day operations to managing our outside litigation counsel, because our city, like lots of other cities, constantly is in litigation over a variety of items. Managing that effectively and efficiently is part of what the city attorney does, and Pat has been more than up to the task. Our city clerks, Myra, Rayana, the voters agreed with our suggestion that we make the city clerk appointed several years ago. And that ensures that we have the appropriate skills in the city clerk's office to perform in a fast-developing field of not only documenting the city's history and the city's functions, but also managing our records and all of the other interdepartmental support that the city clerk's office provides. And that's attributable to Myra Maravilla, and her deputy, Rihanna Guzman, who are sitting over to my left. The city treasurer's office. I thank Karen Siemensma for her work for the city in conjunction with our finance department in managing the safety and liquidity and return on investment of the city treasury that is essential to the functions that the city does. As many of you know, I grew up in Orange County, and I lived through Robert Citron and the bankruptcy of Orange County, so I know how important the treasurer's role is. You have to have multiple people watching out on how you invest your money to make sure that it's there when you need it and when the community needs it. And so Karen has been very much up to that task. Dave Peterson will be very much up to that task. Congratulations, my friend. Community development. We started 9 years ago with Ken Robertson, who had been here back when Sam was mayor and Michael was on the council, and everybody who's been here for decades was part of the city. And we've transitioned through Carrie Ty, who was here for a short period of time, but did extraordinary work. And now Suja is our acting community development director as she recruits, as she does so well, the replacement for Carrie. But in the time that has passed over the past decade, we've welcomed Trader Joe's and Lazy Acres to the city. We've completed Plan Hermosa, our general plan, which was not an easy lift. We got our housing element certified, and that was a difficult process because we were dealing with a changing cast of characters at the Housing and Community Development Department, and we were also trying to reflect what the community's desires were with respect to how we accommodate our share of a growing population. Any of you who sat through any of the Planning Commission meetings or City Council meetings know how complex that process was, how well Carrie Ty managed all the competing interests, all the competing input, and came out on the other side with something that the council unanimously approved, and I think the Planning Commission unanimously approved, which was no small feat. We're in the process of the zoning update. We have several planning commissioners here. I applaud all of you. The work you do is extraordinary. It's essential to what we do, the deep dives you take in terms of updating our zoning rules, which is one of the probably most tedious things you can do, but also one of the most essential and one of the most consequential things we can do, is underway, all as a product of the work that's been done in Plan Hermosa and the housing element and everything else over the past decade. The Community Development Department, with the help of our Environmental Programs Manager, Doug Kraus, also helped our business community through the pandemic and helped transform our city based on what we learned and what we got out of the changes we made during the pandemic. So we've added outdoor dining. We've added outdoor entertainment. Before that, we added limited live entertainment. We've done our best, and it's an ongoing process, to be as responsive as we can to what the business community needs and how we balance that against what the residents who live very close to our commercial districts also need. That also had significant help from Public Works, but it was largely the result of the collaboration with the chamber that I talked about earlier, as well as leadership and a can-do attitude by the folks in community development, including Carrie Ty. And we did all of this while, as my colleague Mayor Pro Tem Seaman says, we served our development community during a period of extraordinary development. You hear in cities an isolated complaint here or there of it taking too long to get plans approved and development underway, and time is money when it comes to real estate development. And all of that is true. But we've had an extraordinarily hot real estate market, and that has meant that all of the architects who are familiar with Hermosa Beach and have been working in Hermosa Beach were full, and we've had new architects and new engineers and new developers coming into town to develop who aren't as familiar with the way we do things and what our rules are. And so plans get kicked back at a higher rate, and so on and so forth. But as Mayor Pro Tem Seaman points out, himself a contractor who knows this backwards and forwards, who knows the people who are involved in this business, we do a good job. Our Community Development Department does a good job of turning around people's plans, giving them the green light to get to work on the development that they want to bring to market in our city. It's, as I said, always a process of refining and improving, but nonetheless, those day-to-day operations took place all the while we did the generational things like Plan Hermosa and revamping the way our town looks with respect to things like outdoor dining and what we took from the pandemic. Community resources. These are our parks, our beach. And we have our hometown girl, Lisa Nichols, who is now the director of that department. And she has doubled programming at the Hermosa 5.0 Senior Center. We've just gone through the Parks Master Plan, which gives us a roadmap for how we want to allocate some of the most popular amenities in our city. I mean, one of the reasons we live here is access to our parks. It's also good schools, it's also the beach, but parks are a huge part of it. She manages a full slate of community-serving events, and she manages the programming at all of our city facilities and use of parks. That is no small task. The amount of programming we have out of the community center, the amount of excursions we have, the amount of programming at Hermosa 5.0, the amount of after-school programming for kids is an extraordinary accomplishment for that department, and they've done a terrific job, all while holding larger special events and smaller special events and mid-sized special events and special events that we as a council have advanced out of cycle for them to tackle and that have required significant amounts of coordination with law enforcement for example, the Rams Draft Day that was mentioned earlier, and all sorts of stuff that serves the community, but really requires folks to scramble, think outside the box, work together to get things done. Public Works. We've had several directors over the time that I've been on council, and Joe San Clemente is extraordinary, and we've asked him as we've gone through, are you going to be able to complete all of the capital projects that we have on our capital improvement program? And he says, if you give me the tools, we will. And so we've given him the tools to succeed. The bench of technical expertise, the engineering staff, and the field staff. The field staff are the gentlemen who work out of the city yard, wear the orange vests and coats and shirts, and who are the ones who replace your street signs and your street lights and paint your curbs and fix the planters in public rights of way and so on and so forth. All of that stuff at the city yard grows out of the Go Hermosa app, which our staff in the city manager's office brought out and is a best practice that we see in lots of cities. We all are on our phone all the time. The ability to report a sprinkler that's broken or a planter that needs attention or some other type of problem is an extraordinarily efficient way for us to get stuff done. That all falls on the Public Works Department and Joe San Clemente's crew at the city yard. They're the ones who get the reports that our citizens provide through Go Hermosa and go out and do the work that needs to be done. With the additional engineering and technical help and field staff, Joe and his department have met our goals of accelerating the completion of capital projects. We've done just an enormous amount of stuff. And what I'm doing right now is just touching on highlights. We've done speed surveys and limited speeds we've lowered speed limits around schools in the city. We've installed, in conjunction with law enforcement, cameras citywide and automated license plate readers. That's Joe's department who does that in coordination with PD, which is, as the chief has pointed out to us several times, helped enormously in our ability to not only solve crime, but to deter crime. We've repaved Prospect and North Hermosa Avenue. We've put Moby mats out on the beach at various locations and out on the Greenbelt. We supported the construction and renovation of our schools, the new Vista School, the renovation of View School, and the upcoming renovation of Valley School. We built restrooms at South Park, Clarkfield, Seaview Parquet, and Fort Lots of Fun. Those are generational investments. They will be here for decades. Our children will be using those restrooms. Our pickleball players will be using the restrooms at Clark Field, along with our Little Leaguers. We built the 8th Street safe route to school from Hermosa Avenue to Valley Drive, and the council just recently opted to take a look at how we can improve the safety of corridors connecting the east side of Hermosa to the west side of Hermosa, so kids can get to the commercial areas, to schools, to parks, to the beach, whether they live on the west side of town or the east side of town, to visit their friends without having to have their parents drive them. We also have projects that are underway, which are concrete evidence of the turnout of our capital improvement program projects. The Clark Building is underway. The Greenbelt Pedestrian Trail is underway. And much more to come, the pier structural repairs, and on and on. So we have seen significant improvement in the completion rate of our capital improvement program projects, and that is a result of Joe's leadership and the terrific staff that he has at Public Works. Our core duty as a city council is nuts and bolts stuff, paving streets, all of that type of stuff. But public safety is a huge part of it. We're like most cities in that the majority of our personnel budget goes to public safety personnel, police and fire, the people who keep you safe and the people who are there when you need them in an emergency. We have fully staffed both our police and fire departments, and this was the product of multiple councils over the nearly decade that I've been privileged to be a member of the council. There are few cities that can make that claim, that they have a fully staffed police department or they have a fully staffed fire department. And neither of those things were true in 2009. LA County Fire, working out of the renovated Hermosa Station 100, has given us responsiveness and a depth of personnel and equipment that provides not only responsiveness to the day-to-day needs of the city, but secures us in the event of a natural disaster or other major event that we know we're overdue for and that we always fear. And they've done it in a way that, because of the economies of scale of LA County Fire, prevents a little fire department like ours from having folks go out on sick leave or injury leave and then having to pay overtime for other folks. So the service that we've been able to provide after we convened a citizens task force who unanimously recommended that we contract with city fire because a city fire department, county fire, excuse me, because the city fire department didn't make sense, has been extraordinary in terms of providing first-class fire service to the residents of Hermosa Beach. The police department, with the leadership of Chief Paul LeBaron and his command staff, with competitive compensation that was a result of a labor negotiation in 2019, where we went through multiple rounds with our Police Officers Association, ultimately concluding that we weren't where we wanted to be in the market in our ability to recruit and retain police officers in our city. We made that change. They are competitively compensated. They are led by the chief and his command staff. They have enormous professional development opportunities that Chief talks about regularly at our meetings. And ultimately, we have made our police department a model of professional and effective law enforcement, which is what we wanted. And it was what we had to identify as our goals, particularly through George Floyd's murder and a lot of the unrest and difficult conversations that we've had about the relationship between law enforcement and its community. They have an extremely difficult job, but every member of our community and every visitor of our community is entitled to be treated with dignity and respect. That's the professionalism piece that Chief LeBaron has brought, that all of our officers have brought to our police department. As I understand from my discussions with the police officers and with the command staff, morale is high, and that's indicated in part by the fact that we've had no lateral exits in 4 years. That's an extraordinary statistic given the fact that virtually every other law enforcement agency in LA County, statewide and nationwide, is short-staffed, and they are providing significant financial and other incentives to recruit lateral hires. The fact that we've been able to retain all of our police department staff for that long of a period of time is a testament to the leadership of the chief and his command staff and what the city collectively has done on delivering on its number one priority, which is keeping the community safe. Our city manager, Suja Lowenthal, is where I'll end. When I started, Tom Backley was our city manager. He was terrific, and I'm so glad that he's the CEO of Beach City South District and he still serves our community. Sergio Gonzalez was a great city manager for the brief time he was here before he realized that he didn't really like commuting from Temple City every day. And so we had, a year later, to go back into the market for city managers. And Suja was untested. She had served on the Long Beach City Council and the Long Beach School Board. She ran Santa Monica's Big Blue Bus program, I think, at the time. She had the mettle to be a city manager. And we recognized that as a council. We hired her, and she's been extraordinary. She's raised our operational effectiveness across the board. She recruits, retains, and develops staff and talent in a way that is just extraordinary. We're winning awards for what we do at the police department, as I just mentioned. Our ability to fully staff our police department by recruiting and retaining and keeping it fully staffed is a testament to not only the folks involved in PD, but also Suja's leadership in terms of raising our operational effectiveness. She works 24/7. She's the one who gets the call when somebody's killed on PCH in a car accident or something else bad happens. And the next call goes to the mayor. And then after that, it's text messages to the whole council or an email to the whole council. She is there. I get her emails. I talk to her at all working hours. Operational and organizational efficiency is something that I recognized in her as one of the most important things to her and what she's been able to impart to our staff. We want each of our department directors to be able to make decisions for themselves without having to constantly be in the city manager's office asking for advice on how to make a decision. Because we want the city manager to be out scanning for opportunities, solving problems, collaborating with our department heads. But the departments need to stand up on their own, and they do. And it's because of the weekly meetings, the team building that's been done, the training that's been done, the focus on organizational efficiency and effectiveness that's taken place under Suja's leadership. She is, and always looking for ways to improve, always building capacity in our individual staff members, always building efficiency in the way that we do things, and making sure that our processes are clear, they're efficient, and they serve the community. Everywhere we succeeded over the past decade, we succeeded collectively, and these are just highlights, and all the work between these accomplishments are the work of many. So let me close with thanks. Congressmember Ted Lieu, Senator Ben Allen, Assemblymember Al Muratsuchi, Supervisors Don Kanabe, Janice Hahn, and Holly Mitchell, all the South Bay cities, including Redondo, Manhattan, the Hermosa Beach City School District, Our Lady of Guadalupe School and Church, the Hermosa Beach Chamber of Commerce and Visitors Bureau, our commissioners who volunteer their time to cover important topics for the city and to bring to council information that is important and essential to our ability to efficiently do the business of the city. Our city staff, every single one of them. If I could list them all, I would, but every one of them matters. They're important. Our job is to put them in position to succeed, and I think over the 10 years that I've been here, we've done as good as anybody could expect in doing that. The volunteers that make this community go, and I'm going to miss lots of groups that contribute to our city, but the Arts Foundation, Friends of the Parks, Friends of the Library, Kiwanis, Rotary, the Hermosa Beach Education Foundation, each of the PTOs, the parent-teacher organizations at our schools, the League of Women Voters, the Women's Club, the list goes on. The unsung heroes of our community, the glue that binds us all together. They put events on. They invite us all in where we get to talk to each other, where we get to meet with each other, where we get to build community. They're all essential. All the voters and volunteers who trusted me with the privilege of this council seat, my family, and lastly, my city council members, my colleagues. My former colleagues, Jeff Duclos, Mary Campbell, and Stacey Armato, thank you all. Mike Tatoy, thank you. Congratulations on your well-deserved re-election. Michael Keegan, congratulations on your re-election. Mr. Mayor, thank you for facilitating all of our voices being heard while you've been mayor, as this council has tackled the myriad items that come before us. Mayor Pro Tem Seaman, Councilmember Jackson, Councilmember DeToy, I trust and respect you and your commitment to the community, and that is the highest compliment I can pay. As I pass this milestone, I become an ambassador to you and a counselor to you and everyone working to make Hermosa better. I wish you all the best.
Thank you. Absolutely. I had Councilmember Massey go first, so we didn't have to repeat his resume. That's quite a list of who'd like to go next with comments? From my left over here. Councilmember DeToy.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. I think we all witnessed what I'm going to say is not fluff, and it's very truthful. And just from the bottom of all of our hearts, thank you for your dedicated 9 years of service to Hermosa Beach. Incredible commitment and passion, as I said, we just saw. Your time as a council member and mayor has been left an indelible mark on our community. The last 5 years has been a great privilege of serving with you, alongside of you, on this dais and the little Zoom screens for those 2 years. And I can personally say that you're not only a leader, but someone who truly cares about the people here and the future of Hermosa Beach. Your meticulous preparation, very eloquent speeches, your decision-making, unwavering dedication to preserving what makes the city special has been an inspiration, and I'll carry it for the next 4 years, and I think we all will look up for that. So on behalf of myself, my family, our community, thank you, Justin, for your leadership, countless hours. Enjoy surfing more, enjoy the family more, enjoy free time, and thank you.
Thank you.
Okay. Mayor Pro Tem.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Justin, for the 2 years' time that I've been here on council, I have thoroughly enjoyed debating with you and going back and forth, exchanging ideas. But something you might not be aware of, besides our debates that we have, I have learned a lot from you. You have shown me what it's like to be a mayor. How do you be a mayor? What do you do? When there are interactions between council members, someone has to take control and say, okay, you have an idea, so how do we fix this? How do we coalesce together to one idea? And you're a master at that. And I do appreciate the lessons. I've learned an awful lot from you in the time that I've been here. Thank you very much for that, and thank you for your 10 years of service. I'd also like to take a look toward the future. And I'm excited about a new council and a new mix and new ideas and a new direction. I'm very excited about this, and I appreciate the re-elections and so on of everyone that's going to be joining the council. Thank you all.
Thank you all.
Councilmember Jackson.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Thank you, Justin, Mayor Massey, Councilmember Massey. It has indeed been a pleasure and an honor to serve with you. You were part of the inspiration that prompted me to run in 21 when we had the special election, and then re-election November of 22. You've been a coach, a teacher, a mentor, and a friend. Always sage counsel. You know, we often joke that, you know, we have the ability to insult each other's intelligence and then have a beer later on, and, you know, that's the nature of our relationship. So it has indeed been an honor. You have served with dignity, integrity, and have been a model for us to emulate. And you have given your heart and soul to this community, and it is recognized by all. So thank you. Good luck. Godspeed.
Thank you.
As I bid you farewell, 10 years as a council member, several terms as mayor. It's been a pleasure to serve with you while I'm mayor and serve under you as your mayor and as a fellow colleague. The deliberations and interactions have been unique and different and something that can't otherwise be explained. Certainly, we've all learned from your abilities and uniqueness to be able to bring your vision to have things happen and become approved at a city council level, and it's been great to experience. And as you depart, we will again bring on new challenges, whatever they might be, new issues, financial issues, other infrastructure issues. We won't have you anymore up here, but the legacy will continue in a renewed experience of independent thinking, of people interacting, figuring out how we can come to a consensus and move forward. And it will be a great experience to have, and something that you should know that this is part of what you have left us with what you've given us. So thank you so much. It's been great. Thanks.
Thank you.
Beautiful. And now for the last time, Councilmember Massey. This is how it worked, folks. This is transition of power. We just had council member walk down the stairs. It's this last moment up here. So next we have the oath of offices of newly elected officials. So I'm going to ask first Megan DeToy or Lynn DeToy, who's going to do it tonight, one or the other, to administer the oath of office to the re-election of Councilmember Mike DeToy.
Test, test. I, Michael DeToy, do solemnly swear that I will support and defend the Constitution of the United States and the Constitution of the State of California against all enemies, foreign or domestic, that I will bear true faith and allegiance to the Constitution of the United States and the State of California, that I take this obligation freely without any mental reservation or purposes of evasion, and that I will well and faithfully discharge the duties upon which I am about to enter.
Now I invite families and friends of Councilmember DeToy to step on up and step up to the podium for some nice pictures. There we go. And as I invite Councilmember DeToy to be reseated, I ask the city clerk to administer the oath of office to incoming Councilmember Michael Keegan.
Raise your right hand. I, Michael Keegan,
I, Michael Keegan,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support and defend
that I will support and defend
the Constitution of the United States
the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of California
and the Constitution of the State of California
against all enemies,
against all enemies,
foreign or domestic,
foreign or domestic,
that I will bear true faith
that I will bear true faith
and allegiance
and allegiance
to the Constitution of the United States
to the Constitution of the United States
and the State of California,
and the State of California,
that I take this obligation freely
that I take this obligation freely
without any mental reservation
without any mental reservation
or purposes of evasion,
or purposes of evasion,
and that I will well and faithfully
and I will well and faithfully
discharge the duties
discharge the duties
upon which I am about to enter.
upon which I'm about to enter.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Here you go. Congratulations.
Thank you.
There he is, signing his certificate. Congratulations. Let's have family members come on up. Come on up, family. Okay, there we go. Next, we're going to have, is Lisa Peterson going to administer the oath of office to Dave Peterson?
Thank you.
Raise your right hand.
Take Dean's seat.
I, David Peterson,
I, David Peterson,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support and defend
that I will support and defend
the Constitution of the United States
the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of California
and the Constitution of the State of California
against all enemies,
against all enemies,
foreign or domestic,
foreign or domestic,
that I will bear true faith and allegiance
that I will bear true faith and allegiance
to the Constitution of the United States and the State of California,
to the Constitution of the United States and the State of California,
that I take this obligation freely
that I take this obligation freely
without any mental reservation or purposes of evasion,
without any mental reservation or purposes of evasion,
and that I will well and faithfully discharge the duties upon which I am about to enter.
and that I will well and faithfully discharge the duties upon which I am about to enter.
Congratulations,
Thank
David.
you. Thank you.
Did you want some family members? Come on up, take some pictures. Sure. There you go.
We have our friends that are
Beautiful. Come on up. So now, Dave, since you're not up on the dais, would you have any little few remarks you might want to?
Yes.
Okay, and congratulations.
Yeah, thank you.
Sure.
Thank you all for being here. It's a big responsibility, being one of the last speakers before we go to Hermosa Brewing. So I'll try to keep it brief. I wanted to first thank my wife Lisa for her support and help during the campaign. I think more people know her than me in this town, and she knows a lot of people on high traffic corners and people that put up yard signs, and she helped me with a ton of things around the campaign, so thank you. I wanted to acknowledge our boys who are out in the world and hopefully watching on the internet somewhere, but Kyle and Adam were a great sounding board and encouragement and help, so I appreciate that. And there were a ton of all of you that helped taking signs, proofing hang tags, looking at remarks, all of that. I appreciate it. My hope was that I could just engage friends and community and for about $1,000 win, and I did. So thank you. And I just wanted to finally say that I've already met with our transition team, if you will. As Justin alluded to, this is a team effort that works very well with our administrative services director. I met with them on Tuesday, chatted with them in terms of how we coordinate the implementation of our city investment policy. So we're in good shape and we're moving forward, and I appreciate your support. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Madam City Clerk, what's next on our agenda?
Next, we have roll call of new city council.
The roll call of the new city council. Wow. Okay, let's go for it.
Michael Keegan,
Here.
Ray Jackson,
Here.
Councilmember Detoy,
Here.
Mayor Pro Tem Seaman,
Here.
Mayor Francois.
Here.
You have a quorum.
Great. The only thing we have left now are a few more remarks, especially I like to hear from our newly elected council member, newly re-elected council member. Which one of you two like to go first?
He got first.
He got first. Oh, he got first. Okay.
Well, thank you. First and foremost, I want to express my deepest gratitude to my incredible wife, Megan, and my mom, Lynn, and the two little ones who are hopefully sleeping at home. Politics is truly a full contact sport, but is also a family affair. So I wouldn't be able to dedicate all the time for this community if I don't have the support at home. And the two ladies sitting here and the two little ones at home truly understand the mission of improving Hermosa Beach. So thank you. They are the foundation and my inspiration for doing this work and keeping our community safe and just a desirable community to live and visit. Thank you to everyone who ran for city council this last election. Everyone had great campaigns. I look forward to their continued involvement and sharing their vision for Hermosa Beach moving forward. And lastly, to the voters, thank you for your continued trust and support. We live in an amazing community, and it's a true honor to be able to serve Hermosa Beach again. I'm excited to continue working collaboratively with all of you and improve and protect our unique character of Hermosa Beach. It's a very unique community, similar to our communities north and south of here, but we're just a little bit better. So thank you. Here's to the future of Hermosa Beach. Look forward to working with all my colleagues up here on the dais and continue working with our great city staff to improve our city. Thank you, Mr. Mayor.
Thank you. My newly elected colleague.
Thank you, Dean. I wanted to first thank my wife, Lynn Olson, and my family, Julianne, my daughter, and William over there, and then my brother Earl next to him. So thank you all for your support in the campaign. I also wanted to thank Mallory Burry and John Burry, Kent Allen, Matt McCool, Greg Newman, Ron Newman, Bob Arnoff, Gila Katz, Raymond DeSalt, Elko Warner, Rick Koenig, J.R. Ravisky, former Councilman Sam Edgerton, who's here tonight also, Fred Hoopsher, Dave Caskey, Clayton Shepard, and I also want to thank Todd Lowenstein, who inspired me to put out a large brochure that you can now use for a placemat at dinner during my campaign. And that was his idea and inspiration, so I really appreciated Todd's advice and counsel during the election, so thank you, Todd. I also want to thank a lot of the voters who I talked to door to door. I probably spoke to at least 700 or 800 people in person and got some ideas on where they want to go, where they see the city's at, and what direction they want to take. So I hope to take those ideas I learned on the campaign trail and put them to work here at the City Council. I can fall back on some experience I've had already as a councilman for 2 terms and also as a Public Works Commissioner. So I look forward to serving with my colleagues, and I look forward to coming forward with good ideas and for the betterment of the city. So thank you very much.
Okay. Councilmember Jackson.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. A big tip of the hat to all those who rolled up their sleeves and ran. It's hard work, and I applaud all of you on a good fight. Congrats to Mike and Mike for your returns to the dais. Look forward to continuing to move our city in a positive direction. I think as Justin Massey enumerated, we've accomplished a lot over the last few years. There's still work to be done, and I look forward to rolling up my sleeves and working with you guys to continue to make our best little beach city and the jewel of the Santa Monica Bay the best little beach city. So thank you.
Okay, Mayor Pro Tem.
Very little left to be said, I think, at this point. Thank you very much. And now, off to the dinner. No. I just really am looking forward to a new idea on the city council and a new outlook and exchanging ideas in a friendly and gentlemanly way. I look forward to that. I look forward to leading this city, all of us together. And that's all I have to say. Thank you.
Yeah, we got a new council here. That's great. We have a new dynamic. I look forward to what's going to happen in our future. Congratulations for the councilman for being reelected. His passion and kindness it will be very appreciated and added to the mix. And my newly elected former council member, wow, we're going to spike it hard, aren't we, huh? But, you know, it's going to be a new mix. It will be interesting. The dialogue and discussion may be different going forward, maybe the same. We'll have many split decisions, but that's democracy at its best. And I look forward to that. I look forward to the challenge of working with everyone and coming up with differences of opinions and make them working for the betterment of the city. And we really, you know, we've got a great future ahead of us. And I just look forward to it, and congratulations to you two. Congratulations for everyone, for all the service, those that ran for office. It takes a lot. People come out of the weeds every time and step up to the plate and run, and it's a great election to see, great dialogue during the discussions and the debates, and it makes our city proud for who we are and what we do. So thank you to everyone. Super.
Motion to adjourn.
So we don't need a motion. We're going to adjourn, but first I just want to remind you to invite everyone to join us for a reception at Hermosa Brewing Company, located at 1342 Hermosa Avenue. Thank you very much for coming. This meeting is now adjourned.